Kahalau, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Wuhakodesh, Barakatan Akyam, Kwan Jasharala. Greetings to the hopeful elect. Alright, we're going to finish off tonight with the last 3 chapters of the book of Mashali, which you all know as Proverbs. You know what I'm saying? For exhortation and wisdom to the hopeful elect. Now, let's start off with chapter 29. He who is often rebuked and hardens his neck will suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when a wicked man rules, the people groan. Whoever loves wisdom makes his father rejoice, but a companion of harlots wastes his wealth. Yeah, man, you go hoeing around buying these harlots and cowgirls and all that, you're wasting your wealth, man. But, stupid people do stupid shit, man. The king's establishment establishes the land by justice, but he who receives bribes overthrows it. A man who flatters his neighbor spreads a net for his feet. By transgressions an evil man is snared, but the righteous sings and rejoices. The righteous considers the cause of the poor, but the wicked does not understand such knowledge. Scoffers set a city aflame, but wise men turn away wrath. If a wise man contends with a foolish man, whether the fool rages or laughs, there is no peace. There is no understanding between wisdom and idiots, man. That's why we don't speak knowledge to stupid fucks, man. You're stupid and you're just stupid, man. It don't make you a bad person. It just makes you a stupid person, So we don't spit no knowledge to you, It says here, the bloodthirsty hates the blameless, but the upright seeks his well-being. A fool vents all his feelings, but a wise man holds them back. If a ruler pays attention to lies, all his servants become wicked. A poor man and the oppressor has this in common. The Most High gives light to the eyes of both. The king who judges the poor with truth, his throne will be established forever. Like Adonai Mashiach Yahweh Shai's will, The rod and rebuke give wisdom, but a child left to himself brings shame to his mother. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increases, but the righteous will see their fall. Correct your son, and he will give you rest. Yes, he will give delight to your soul. Where there is no revelation, the people cast off restraints, but happy is he who keeps the law. Yes, it is, man. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments of Yah Elohim. A servant will not be corrected by mere words, for thoughts he understands, he will not respond. Do you see a man hasty in his words? There is more hope for a fool than for him. He who pampers his servant from childhood will have him as a son in the end. Yeah, man, basically, if you're always holding some fool's hands and helping him out, man, before you know it, man, that fool's like your child, man. So, you know the saying, either, I hold your hand or you drown, man. At some point, every man has to be his own man. An angry man stirs up strife, and a furious man abounds in transgression. A man's pride will bring him low, but the humble in spirit will retain honor. Whoever is a partner with a thief hates his own life. He swears to tell the truth, but reveals nothing. Yeah, man, because liars, man, and thieves, they always lie, man. They don't steal, they don't do this. I'm full of shit, man. The fear of a man who brings a snare, but whoever trusts in the Most High shall be safe. Many seek the ruler's favor, but justice for men comes from the Most High. An unjust man is an abomination to the righteous, and he who is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. Yeah, man, because the wicked don't like righteousness, and righteousness don't like wickedness, man. That's how it really goes down. Okay, that's the end of chapter 29. So now we're going to go to chapter 30. That says the wisdom of Agur. The words of Agur, the son of Jaki, the utterance. This man declared to Ithiel and Ukal. Surely I am more stupid than any man, and do not have the understanding of a man. I neither learn wisdom nor have knowledge of the Holy One, who has ascended into heaven or descended, who has gathered the wind in his fist, who has bounced the waters in a garment, who has established all the ends of the earth. What is his name and what is his son's name, if you know? Well, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. Every word of Elohim is pure. He is a shield to those who put their trust in him. Do not add to his words, lest he rebuke you and you be found a liar. Yeah, man, you don't mess with the Holy Scriptures. You don't add or you don't take, man. You leave it as it is, man, because it's the sacred words of the Most High. Now it says here, 2 things I request of you. Deprive me not before I die. Remove falsehood and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food allotted to me, lest I be full and deny you, and say, who is the Most High? or lest I be poor and steal and profane the name of Yah Elohim. Yeah, man, this is really how you should be, man. You should never have too much, because then you'll be an ungrateful son. And if you have too less, then you'll be resentful. So, just have what you need, man. Do not malign a servant to his master, lest to curse you and you be found guilty. There is a generation that curses its father and does not bless its mother. There is a generation that is pure on its own eyes, yet it is not washed from its filthiness. There is a generation, oh how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are like swords, and whose fangs are like knives, to devour the poor from of the earth, and the needy from among men. This is the generation of today, man. They curse their father because they don't turn and follow the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Elohim, who's their father. And they don't bless their mom because they don't recognize Joshua. They don't recognize their Israelite. But these are the walking departing, man. The leash has two daughters, give and give. There are three things that are never satisfied, four never say enough. The grave, the barren womb, and the earth that is not satisfied with water, and the fire never says enough. The eyes that mock his father and scorns obedience to his mother. The ravens of the valley will pick it out, and the young eagle will eat it. There are three things which are too wonderful for me, yet four which I do not understand. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent on a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a virgin. This is the way of the adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done no wickedness. For three things the earth is perturbed. Yes, for four it cannot be bare. For a servant when he reigns, a fool when he is filled with food, a hateful woman when she is married, and a maidservant who succeeds her mistress. There are four things which are little on the earth, but they are exceedingly wise. The ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their food in the summer. The rock badgers are a feeble folk, yet they make their homes in the crags. The locusts have no king, yet they all advance in ranks. The spider skillfully grasps with its hands, and it is in kings' palaces. These are three things which are majestic in pace, yes, four which are steadily in walk. A lion which is mighty among beasts, and does not turn away from any. A greyhound, a male goat also, and a king whose troops are with him. If you have been foolish in exalting yourself, or if you have devised evil, put your hand on your mouth. For as the churning of milk produces butter, and wringing the nose produces blood, so the forcing of a wrath produces strife. Whew, man, you know what? Like I said, we're not really deciphering much because, we're dealing with the hopeful elect, so you should be growing in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Run it back yourself if you want now. We're going to finish it off with the last chapter of the great book of Mashali, which most of the Proverbs were written by King Solomon, who might have been the wisest man to ever walk the earth. But let's proceed. Okay, chapter 31, the words of King Lemuel's mother. The words of King Lemuel and the utterance which his mother taught him. What my son, and what my son of my womb, and what the son of my vows. Do not give your strength to women, nor your ways to that which destroys kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes intoxicating drinks, lest they drink and forget the law, and pervert the justice of all afflicted. Give strong drink to him who is perishing, and wine to those who are bitter of heart. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Alright, man, I'm just going to strike for that one because it comes deep, man. It says here, man, yeah, intoxicating drinks, so you do stupid decisions when you're drunk. And it says, give strong drink to those who are perishing because they don't uphold the law, so might as well get fucked up and enjoy whatever time you have left from this shithole. And it says here, those who are bitter at heart, that they're resentful or upset, or they're moping over something, let them drink so they can escape the misery because they're fucked. That's what it's basically saying, man. But let's finish it off here. Open your mouth for the speechless in the cause of all who are appointed to die. Open your mouth and judge righteously and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Now I see the final phrase, the final part in this chapter says the virtuous wife. Okay, here it goes. Who can find a virtuous wife, for her worth is far above rubies? The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and willingly works with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She brings her food from afar. She also rises wine it is yet night. and provides food for her household, and a portion for her maidservants. She considers a field and buys it. From her profit she plants a vineyard. She girds herself with strength and strengthens her arms. She perceives that her merchandise is good, and her lamp does not go out by night. She stretches out her hands to the distaff, and her hand holds the spindle. She extends her hand to the poor, yes, she reaches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household is clothed with scarlet. She makes tapestry for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits amongst the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies sashes for the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing. She shall rejoice in time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. She watches over the ways of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears Yah Elohim, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruits of her lands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Amr, Selah, Hallelujah. Okay, see that you know who that virtuous wife is talking about that makes her bridesmaid proud? Yasharallah, okay, the bride, okay, the real nation of the Most High. That's what that's talking about, man. And that's how deep Proverbs Mashali is, man. But see, you gotta have the ruach and the knowledge and wisdom, understanding to decipher these things. And that's what we're only dealing with the whole four leg. You know what I'm saying? So because it's just for you, man. So yeah, I hope this was edifying, because that's the end of the whole book of Mashali. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs is awesome, man. Great exhortation, man. So on that note, I want to say good night and shalom.